I'm off to run some errands. Please tidy up this place.
No!
Wow! How did you guys do it?
We got cleaners.
Cleaners?
You know it, Dad.
Cleaner, it works.
Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
First, scan the QR code to download the app. The B-Box app works on both Android and Apple platforms. Next, log into the website portal and set up an account. All customers with an existing Benny's account, whether personal or business, will be automatically enrolled in B-Box. If you do not already have a Benny's account, tap the sign up link to register. A welcome email and a temporary password will be sent to you. Once you're all set up, shop at Benny's locations near you to start building your B-Box rewards. To learn more, visit our website at www.bbox.bz. Remember, loyalty is always rewarding with B-Box. Brought to you by Benny's, quality and savings.
In the headlines for tonight's newscast, Prime Minister orders the Minister of Home Affairs to produce report following allegations of police involvement in Ryan Budna's kidnapping. Government to look at amending Belize's Referendum Act following Peacocker's push for marijuana legalization, and child dies on boat en route to hospital. These and other stories coming up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
Newscast is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
Belize City, get ready for a safe and reliable e-taxi experience like never before. Building on the success of our e-ride bus service, we've heard your feedback, Belize City. We've seen your enthusiasm and how eagerly you've embraced zero-emission transportation in our community. Introducing the e-ride taxi, an electric taxi service, bringing you a cleaner, greener way to travel around our beautiful city. As part of the transformative Belize City e-ride program, this new service is another step toward modernizing our transportation system for a sustainable future. Looking to book your first e-ride taxi? It's super easy. First, download the Medriva app and register. Then, book your ride. Insert your pickup and drop-off location. Select e-ride, choose the number of occupants, and pick your preferred payment method. Confirm your ride and track your e-ride in real time as it makes its way to you. It's fast, eco-friendly, and designed for your comfort. So don't wait. Download Medriva today and let's drive Belize City towards a brighter, greener future, one e-ride at a time. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Welcome to Plus News for today, Thursday, September 4th. I am Louis Wade. Leaked surveillance footage captured the moment Belizean citizen Ryan Budna was kidnapped. Budna was kidnapped 2 weeks ago in front of the Orange Walk police station and a few hours later ended up in the custody of Guatemalan authorities. Budna is a convict in Guatemala, where he was previously sentenced to 30 years imprisonment on kidnapping charges. However, he escaped from Guatemalan authorities several years ago and made his way back to Belize, where he has been in open operating as a since Belize has no extradition treaty with Guatemala. Budna, since his kidnapping, there have been more questions than answers, and it is still unknown who exactly kidnapped Budna and drove him across the border to face his crimes in Guatemala. One of the prevalent theories is that police officials played a role, but the Commissioner of Police has denied these allegations. Yesterday, however, new video footage emerged showing the moment Budna was captured and beaten with officers present. Today, the media caught up with the Prime Minister, who doubled down on his previous stance that the state did not sanction that move. PM Briceño says that following the leaked surveillance footage, he has requested a report from the Minister of Home Affairs to best determine the way forward.
Well, that allegation has been done from the very start. What have I said from earlier that I'm waiting for the police report. This morning I called Minister Musa, who is responsible as the Minister of Home Affairs, and I told him that I want that report today or by tomorrow at the very latest. Once I get that report, I will see what is it that they present, and then they will have to decide what is the next step, whether we need to have an independent investigation or what it is. But please allow me to get that before I can be able to comment further. I have not had a chance to see the video. I've been here busy since yesterday. But again, let me repeat. I will get the report. I have told the minister I want that report today or tomorrow at the very latest. Once I get that report, then we could take the next step forward. And I'm telling you right now, if there's a need to name an independent investigation, I will do it. My government will do it. I repeat once again, this was not sanctioned by the government of Belize. We have absolutely nothing to do with that.
So far, allegations that Budna has made have checked out. If it turns out that the police is involved, he called Karim, which we assume is Minister Musa, and he also called the Kumpul. Woodhead rolls then? Well,
I think we're jumping ahead of ourselves. Allow me to get the report, and once we get the report, then we will take it a step there. I will tell you that if there's a need to have an investigation, an independent investigation, we are going to have it.
What about releasing the video to the public for transparency?
Which video? I haven't seen any video.
Footage from the areas
again, the report, the report from the police will be able to throw light to all of that.
We are formally requesting the release of all those surveillance footages.
How can you do that if they're doing an investigation?
For transparency.
But hold on, relax. We need to get that report.
The Prime Minister says there is a need for amendments to Belize's Referendum Act. The comments came on the heels of Kikaka Village successfully triggering a referendum by gathering the required signatures needed in an attempt to see marijuana legalized. The petition that was presented on May 21st, 2025, called on the government of Belize to pass legislation establishing a cannabis framework with a portion of the revenue specifically going towards the benefit of Kikaka and its residents. According to the Prime Minister, villages should not be able to call referendums that have national implications.
What that has shown us that there is some weaknesses in the Referendum Act, that it is allowing even because of the definition of how to hold a referendum is not properly defined by geographic area, like a district, or by constituency area. It's not been defined. So now here we have a village, in effect, saying that they want to have a referendum, and legally we could not have stopped it. So we are going to the National Assembly next week to make some amendments to ensure that those things can't happen, because then, any village could call up for a referendum for whatever it is that they want. And we want to make sure that we don't do that, one. But secondly, also that to ensure that if they want to have a referendum, it has to be something specifically just for them that does not have national implications. For instance, if Kikaka would want to have a referendum to limit the number of golf carts, it is something that should be done. It should be allowed. But when you issue of something like cannabis, it's something that has national implications. So then we need to be able to define those nuances as to when you could have a referendum, a national or just a local referendum.
Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Anthony Mala, also commented on the referendum, echoing the same sentiments as the Prime Minister.
Well, I think for any democracy like Belize, any developing nation, I don't think a referendum in one specific area, like Kikaka, should be able to have impact on the rest of the nation. Now, if they want to talk about maybe a referendum, an internal referendum on whether they're going to put a moratorium on docks, or if they're going to keep the street as sand compared to pave it sometime in the future, then they can have that. But for them having a referendum on a national issue, I don't think that's the way for our democracy to go. I think this deserves a deeper, more global approach from our citizens. And I don't think we should just look at what happens in Kikaka and say, no, that has to be applied to the rest of the country.
The referendum is slated to be held on the 8th of October 2025. 2-year-old Khalil Na is dead, and his parents are left asking the question, what happened? On Saturday, August 30th, baby Khalil started with a high fever and vomiting. He was rushed to the San Pedro Polyclinic, where he was treated for his symptoms. But in the days to come, his condition worsened. This prompted his parents to take him to the polyclinic. And on the 3rd, while at the polyclinic, Khalil went under observation before they were told that they could leave.
So when they decided to put his drips, then we can find his vein. They pitch my baby over and over, like for 2 hours almost. They pinch it, they try to find his vein. And I couldn't miss it, my baby with the pain. The thing is that at last the drips, they did it rectal because they never end up the fine vein. So they put it in his Healy buttocks. After that, he took like 1 hour with the drips. After that, all they did was just give him oral and left him under observation. Next day, next doctor grabbed a case. They started again with the pinching. We find the veins. They never find it. My baby don't look more weak. I even tell the doctor my baby didn't sleep too much. That's not normal. And she replied that that's normal on our baby because that's how they get their strength back when they're sick. So I left it so. I'm trusting on their work. They know more.
After Khalil's blood works and x-rays returned with promising news, the doctors at the polyclinic reportedly told Garcia that she would have to take the baby to a pediatrician in Belize City. During their commute on the express boat, Khalil passed away.
To what they told me, everything was good. they sent me to Belize for a pediatrician checkup. They tell me you have to go to Belize, and because they let me off from the clinic after 3. So I tell my husband, let's go. My baby me done bad. I tell her we have to go. And the doctor still tell me your baby don't get better. I tell her no. My baby no better. My baby me feel cool already. And we grab the 4:30 boat. When we done made the touch key cocker, my baby just gone. My baby just gone. People may try help out. But never in love. My baby gone. When we reach the key cocker, they make us some paramedics the way. The care at the clinic. They had him a ward. They try wake him up. They try make him revive. They just came out and tell me that I can't do nothing else. They can't do nothing, my baby be done gone.
Following the news of the passing of baby Khalil, the Ministry of Health and Wellness announced that they are launching an investigation to determine the cause of death and if any medical negligence was involved. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with more news.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
like it's hot.
The CB100 is efficient, durable, and has enhanced smart power. Being a Honda, of course, it's reliable and fuel efficient. Get around town with no worries because you get up to 100 miles to the gallon. And it's priced at an unbeatable $2,700. Honda CB100, available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
Welcome back to Plus News. This morning, Belize's third investment summit officially kicked off on the island of San Pedro. The summit will last for 2 days and brings investors from across the world to identify potential investment opportunities in Belize. This year's investment summit is being held under the theme Bridging Markets, Building Resilience. According to the Prime Minister, the summit has grown tremendously since the first iteration and has yielded numerous results for the country.
How this has grown tremendously since the first one that we did 4 years ago. And we're very pleased with the response. As I pointed out earlier, that once we advertise the date of the summit, it's sold out very quickly, and we still have people trying to get in. Why is it that they come? They come for a number of reasons. The wealth of information that they get, networking with different partners, both private sector, public sector, the ability to meet even also with ministers and officials within government to talk about their projects. We believe that it has been very, very successful. And as you say, when you look at the results, we have seen, hundreds of millions of dollars have been invested in Belize over the past 4 years, and a lot of it is attributed to events like this.
Do you think the motto Belize is open for business has really stuck with persons in the region?
Of course it has, and that is why you see more and more people coming. Wherever you go, you start to talk to people, and they see how we are working in trying to make business to make business in Belize easier, because there's still a lot of hurdles, there's still a lot of bureaucracy that we need to be able to see how we can streamline it. That is why we're pushing our e-governance agenda, from tax services to licensing and so forth. That will make it so much easier to do business in Belize. You see more and more people are expressing more interest. And as I pointed out today, and whenever I talk to investors abroad, I said, don't think Belize, think the region. We connect to Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean. That's a market of over 200 million consumers. And then when they see that, you see their eyes open up and they light up and say, okay, probably Belize is a place to come and do business.
We're looking at investors all across the world, and we need more investments in the country in the tourism industry. Different sectors within the industry have to be built up to ensure that we continue to sustain growth in the future. We are fortunate enough to get one sandals that will do a tremendous benefit to our country and to the tourism industry.
Plans are underway for a new $20 million sugar refinery to be built in the Valley of Peace Cayo district. The project comes through a joint venture between Santander Sugar Limited, SSL, and Sucro Limited, a North American sugar refiner and distributor. Together, they have formed Caribbean Sugar Refinery Limited, CSR, which will operate the facility. A memorandum of understanding was signed with the government of Belize on September 4, 2025, signaling strong support for the initiative. The government has committed to providing the enabling environment, raw sugar sourcing, and regional engagement to ensure the refinery's success. Today, the Prime Minister spoke about the benefits the refinery will bring to Belize.
I think this is an exciting step, because basically with their partners, they are going to put a refinery here at the Santander plant. And why is it important? Well, it's important simply because then all of our sugar, or most of our sugar, then can be refined. So we add value, and then we sell it into CARICOM, where we get a better price. And how do our farmers benefit? Well, they will not be benefit directly from the sale from the refined sugar, but we don't have to pay shipping to move the raw sugar to other markets. It's just going to be shipped right here from say Orange Walk to the Cayo district. So because of those charges, of less charges of transportation and so forth, I think they are telling me, the people in Santander, that our farmers can be able to expect maybe as much as $3 more per ton. One critical part to it is that we have to have a discussion with BL, because Santander has signed an agreement with BL to provide electricity, and if they do not meet the amount of electricity that they have to provide, they can be penalized. With this new project, they are going to use a small portion, not the full, but some of the energy that's being sold to the grid to be able to power this refinery. And so that said, then we have to talk to BL to see if they can remove that clause to penalize them, because this project is very important for us as a country.
Sir, can you
The refinery is expected to begin operations in 2026 and will be administered and operated by SSL. Once completed, it will allow Belize to supply more than 75% of CARICOM's refined sugar needs, with plans to expand output to Trinidad and Tobago and eventually explore exporting opportunities to North America and to Europe. Earlier this week, the Ministry of Immigration announced that effective September 1st, Belizeans applying for a passport would no longer need to identify a recommender. A press release from the ministry says, "Applying for your passport is now simpler and more convenient. No recommender needed. Just ensure you provide all other required documents for a smooth and timely processing of your application." Today, the Prime Minister commented on the change, stating that a recommender was unnecessary. He also spoke about some more changes that are soon to come online.
As a citizen of this country, you have a right to get a passport. You have your birth certificate and you have all of the necessary. Nobody need to recommend you to get a passport. And then what has happened after that? You have a lot of JPs standing over by the passport office, and you come from Orange Rock and they say, "Oops, I need to sign. I don't know nobody." And they go out there and say, "Hey, I had a JP and sign it," and they charge you a fee, what you shouldn't do. It is unnecessary. There are certain things that we have to move from immigration. For instance, when people apply for a permanent residency or they apply for a nationality, they can't leave the country for more than a year. Those are things that were put in place 50, 60, maybe 100 years ago. Today, people have to travel. Once you can show that you're living in Belize and you may need to go to business in the United States or Mexico or wherever it is, you should be allowed to. Or if you go to visit a family that's sick or whatever, that should not prevent you from getting your PR or your nationality. So we have to be modernizing these laws in immigration and to make it more transparent and easier for those that are applying and those that need the services from the Immigration Department.
With news of the Millennial Challenge Corporation grant coming back to Belize, will there be any major changes to the amount of $250 million that was promised? According to the Prime Minister, no. But while the set amount won't change, some funds of the MCC grant may be diverted from education and placed into bolstering the energy sector. He explained.
What you're saying, they want to remove more from education to put it into energy, and also then from energy to move to look at not only in sustainable or renewable sources of energy, but also using fossil fuels. Obviously, that is the new government from the new American government. You know, they have this emphasis on fossil fuels, so I think it's just reflecting that. We will do our very best to try to talk to them, to point out, to make the point that Belize is a country known for its natural beauty, its sustainable development policies, and that we want to move more into to renewable sources of energy and try to control as best as we possibly can the expansion of fossil fuels for energy.
The National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, in partnership with the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, UNDRR, recently held a two-day national workshop in Belize City to strengthen the country's early warning systems. The event, held on September 2nd and 3rd, brought together government officials, community leaders, and international partners for discussion and breakout sessions. The main focus was in reviewing and finalizing Belize's early warnings for AII, National Implementation Roadmap, a plan to make sure everyone in Belize has access to timely, life-saving alerts in times of disaster. Participants also agreed on a framework to guide national coordination efforts and pledged to ensure early warning systems are inclusive, gender responsive, disability friendly, and accessible to every community, especially those most at risk. We will take another break and be back after these messages.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can whip it cream, for Dano milk it is real, yes, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. Dano milk in the morning, Dano milk in the evening, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in PG, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can hear this talk, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano milk. I love Dano milk. Dano milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world. Dano.
From power tools to plumbing supplies, paints to light fixtures, at Benny's Cayo, we've got it all. Our extensive range of construction and household products ensures that you'll find exactly what you need, whether you're a seasoned contractor or a weekend do-it-yourselfer. Visit us at Mile 43 George Price Highway, Cotton Tree Village, just outside Belmopan, and discover the convenience, quality, and affordability that set us apart. Your next project starts here. Benny's, quality and savings.
Please get ready to arise and shine. Join us for an unforgettable evening of inspiration, motivation, and worship at the Arise, Shine, Belize event. Mark your calendars, September 13th at 5 p.m. at the Belize Civic Center with Messianic psalmist Paul Wilbur, who wrote many popular worship songs such as Days of Elijah. Paul Wilbur will be leading us in worship and prayer for a powerful shift in our nation.
Hello friends, this is Paul Wilbur, and I'm inviting you to join me in Belize for a night of extravagant worship and prayer that we're calling Belize Arise and Shine. It's a time to break through.
It's time, Belize, to arise and shine. Entrance is completely free. That's September 13th, 5 p.m. at the Belize Civic Center with Paul Wilbur. Don't miss it. Believe. It's time for a breakthrough. Let's be that breakthrough. See you there.
Welcome back to our last segment. For the first time in 2 decades, the capital city of Belmopan has crowned a new Miss Belmopan, and her name is Shania Petch. Petch earned the title at the Miss Belmopan pageant held on August 29, 2025, in the heart of the city, marking a major moment in local pageant history since the title was last awarded in 2005. Petch moved to the capital city some 14 years ago, where she became active in her local church and youth group and embedded herself in the Belmopan community. She now works at the University of Belize in the HR department. We stopped by her office today to ask her how it feels to be Miss Belmopan.
Well, that was a very exciting moment. My first thought was, whether I win or Miss Cahoon Walk won, I would have been just as happy because I know we both worked very hard. We both put our all into it, and I saw that we came a long way. Of course, I wanted to win, but in that moment, I think it was just a lot of excitement, a lot of build-up, and I would have been happy regardless of the outcome. It took me a little while to realize that my name was said, honestly. We just immediately hugged, and then she said congratulations. So it was more of a processing the fact that I had actually won, which was still a very happy moment. It was a very humbling experience. I definitely underestimated everything that goes into pageantry. It's a lot of work. I thought that being passionate about my advocacy and being passionate about working with women was definitely an asset, but it wasn't everything. There was still a lot of work, a lot of things that I had to learn. The ins and outs of pageantry. Training was very vigorous. We had to be punctual, and I feel like it's helped me with my discipline.
Advocacy was a major component in the Miss Belmopan pageant, and Petch's advocacy centered around ending domestic violence. She says that with her new platform, she hopes to make a difference by spreading awareness throughout the community.
Well, I did grow up witnessing domestic violence, so that is something that's very close to my heart. And my first thought when I think about domestic violence is that I see the impact that it has on families and children. And I think about my baby cousin, who means the world to me. She's 10 right now. And I just want to create a Belize where she doesn't have to worry about those things, where she feels safe, where there are laws that protect her from those things, where she's given the tools and the mechanisms to deal with those things so that she can recognize it and never has to encounter it in the first place. There's a lot that I want to accomplish. Right now we're just focusing on September celebrations. Of course, we have to celebrate Belize. But I do plan on doing the workshops that I had promised, starting within the Belmopan community, not just my area, but all areas. I'll be doing a lot of school visits, talking to not just the girls, but men as well. Like we have established, men can also be victims of domestic violence. So just expanding their awareness on that so that they can recognize it, that they can prevent it. And also I would love to continue doing my self-defense seminars. I think it's very empowering, and I found that with the previous ones I've done, women really enjoy it. They enjoy feeling empowered, and I think it gives them a sense of security knowing more or less what they can do to protect themselves in those situations.
So the work continues?
So the work definitely continues. This is the more exciting part, I would say. And I'm excited to show Belmopan and everyone all the good work that I can do along with the help of the Belmopan City Council.
The Miss Belmopan pageant was held under the theme Leading with Grace and Purpose. And you can catch Shania Petch on PlusTV's morning talk show Rise and Shine tomorrow morning at 7:15. Belmopan's Taking Back the Land Parade is back for another year. The event takes place every year on the eve of Independence Day. That's September the 20th. This annual staple of September celebrations in the capital is set to see the church groups on and behind floats, dancing, singing, and praying their way through the streets of Belmopan. This year, the parade begins in Roaring Creek at 6:30 p.m., traveling through the Hummingbird Highway and making a stop at the Southern Roundabout, where they will meet the mayor and a representative before concluding at the Governor General Field. Today we caught up with Richard Smith, the organizer of the parade, who told us more about this year's parade.
Of Taking Back the Land, this marks 35 years. Belmopan people already know we're consistent. They could depend on us. It's something they could look forward to. Of course, I was saying I was not going to do it this year because of the amount of work and the costs. Actually, I'm still trying to raise the money. By faith, I'm declaring it's going to happen, but it's a lot of before and after that those who enjoy the parade don't see or understand. What we're doing is we're having Taking Back the Land organized meeting every Monday night up at my refuge. And we're inviting people who are doing a float to come get involved. Come with your question, understand the vision behind it. You asked a question that I can answer. As an organizer for the past 35 years, I wish I could answer that. How many float is going to be? I should be able to tell you, well, so much float, right? But people tend to, the body of Christ tend to become so lackadaisy that when the day comes, you see them show, oh, wow, wow. As a matter of fact, sometimes I try to count it, I can't because I'm at the head directing the parade and go back and forth and so forth. And then you realize, wow, where does this one come from, you know? And so this year we are asking people to please register float ASAP so we could know how to coordinate things better. In 1991, I returned back from Grenada, and at that time I came back very excited for the Lord and feel like I could transform the nation. And I got a call from Mr. John Saldiva, who was the chairman of Recondev. And he said we are only having 15 people coming to flag raiser and we are losing the momentum. Can the church help? And I was like, yeah, sure, I got vision, let's do it. And that's where the birth of Take Back Land Parade started. And we started taking it from there. As a matter of fact, we maxed out National Assembly building step. That area is too small for us. Yeah. So that's why we started to go other areas. The purpose of Taking Back the Land Parade is, one, to take a stand for Christian principle in the city of Belmopan and the nation. Two, is to set a standard of excellence for the capital of Belmopan. We're supposed to be a place where all road leads to Belmopan for this event. And we have seen that Taking Back the Land have really set a landmark where we have people from Dangriga, from Independence, from St. Ignacio, and all the villages along the way, all the way from Ladyville, Belize City, that are coming to Belmopan for such a time like this. Yeah? My budget for my float alone is $8,000. So far, I think we got about 2,000. So there's still a need. I sent a lot of letters appealing to business community to partner with us. It's not me begging money for a float, but me asking them to partner with us to bring transformation to the city.
And despite Independence Day drawing closer, the parade is still currently in the process of recruiting interested groups and funding to make this event happen on schedule. Smith has requested that interested persons contact him at 615-0710. That's 615-0710. Or at My Refuge Christian Radio at 802-1080. And that's the news. I am Louis Wade. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful evening. God bless you. See you tomorrow.